Good morning, seventh grade parents. I'm sorry to bother you on a weekend, but I have a lot to talk to you about, and sometimes this is the best time to do it. My name is Cindy Kinchin. I'm the principal at Duluth Middle School. I've met many of you, but if I haven't, I'm so happy to meet you, and I can't wait to see you in person one day when the world is safer. Your kiddos are due to arrive at school in person this coming Wednesday, September 2nd. And because of that, there were a few really important things I wanted to chat with you about today. So this is going to be a long video. Just bear with me, please. And by all means, if you need to respond to this email to ask me a question, go for it. I would be happy to help. First of all, a couple of things that I think are important to know. About half of seventh grade has signed up to return to in-person school. So as of Friday afternoon, we had about 220 kids who said they wanted to come back. I will tell you that every day we get more and more requests for people wanting to stay digital. So I think that number is going to go down, but we are prepared to receive approximately 220 kids on Wednesday in the seventh grade. Last week, we received sixth graders, and then we will add our seventh graders on Wednesday. So we continue to learn more and more every week about things that are working, and so I'd like to share some of those with you now. Arrival time was very smooth last week. If you are driving your student to school in a car, the drop-off time is 8:50. We have car rider tags, which are new this year. This did not happen last year. But when you come up, we will assign you a tag for your car, kind of like elementary school, and your student will take a tag with them so that at the end of the day, when we're calling just small groups of car riders to come out, they will have to look at their tag to remember what their number is. So we will see you in the car rider lane at 8:50, and we will hand you a car rider tag. If for whatever reason you have to come before 8:50, you cannot come before 8:20. There's nobody at the school to take care of kids before 8:20. So if you have to be just a little bit early, it cannot be earlier than 8:20. We won't be there. So I just wanted to give you a heads up on that. Please wear masks when you are dropping your kids off. We are going to approach your car and ask you to roll down your window and talk to you, especially on the first day when you don't have your number yet. So in order to help keep yourself safe and us safe, we would be really grateful if you wore a mask to car rider lane. It just makes everything much more safe. Speaking of masks, all students are required to wear masks all day long, starting on Wednesday. Our sixth graders did an awesome job with their masks. I was so proud of them. So if sixth graders can do it, seventh graders can definitely do it. The mask has to cover the nose and the mouth at all times. I only had to do this a couple of times. Every once in a while, I would have to remind a sixth grader to just pull his or her mask up over the nose, and they always did it immediately. Sometimes they fall, or sometimes you just forget, and so we'll remind them to put it on. If for whatever reason a student doesn't want to wear a mask and refuses to wear a mask, we're going to call you and we're going to have you pick them up from school, and then we'll talk to you about digital learning because masks are just not optional for everybody's safety. Another important thing is that some masks have the ports or the little circles with the lines, the little vents. I think that they make, I've never used one, but I think they make it a little bit easier to breathe. The problem is those masks are not as effective based on the CDC, and so we're going to ask you to not send masks with a port. If a student does come with a mask with a port, we're just going to ask the student to put it in their book bag, and we're going to give them another mask. So don't worry about it at all. It's not a big deal if they do bring one, but we're just going to switch it out for them. Also, if you handmade a mask, like if you crocheted a mask for your student, those have holes and they're not safe. So we're just going to ask them to put that away, and we will hand them another mask. And then finally, our masks have to follow our dress code. So there can't be any profanity, nudity, illegal substances, violence, weapons, anything like that. If that does happen, we're just going to ask them to put it away and we're going to give them another mask. It's not going to be a big deal. We just need to make sure that masks are correctly placed, they're the right kind of mask for safety, and that they don't have anything inappropriate on them. And we will help them with that if that's the issue. Thank you for that. It's been going great in 6th grade. I am not worried at all. Water is a big deal. So our water fountains have all been turned off for safety reasons. So please send your kiddo with a full bottle of water. It can just be one of the reusable plastic or metal bottles that are better for the environment, or just a plastic, regular throwaway plastic bottle is fine, because they will not have any place to drink water before lunch if they don't have one. So please do send a water bottle every day. Devices. This is very important. We gave out 800 Chromebooks and laptops to the community, which I'm really proud of because I want our kids to have what they need and access to the curriculum. So we gave out 800. The problem is that now our school has been left with very few computers and laptops. And when they decided to bring kids back, I found myself in a tough situation. So we are asking all students who borrowed a Chromebook from us to bring it back and bring it back with the charger. They're going to use it at school. They're going to take it home every day, and they're going to bring the laptop back and forth every single day. We are going to put the student's ID card on the computer so that we know who it belongs to, and they won't share that computer with anybody, and that way we don't have to worry about germs and cleaning those computers every hour. So have them bring their devices and we will send them back every day. And please bring the chargers. They won't last all day. So we've been charging the computers at lunchtime and it's working out great. If you did not borrow a computer from us, we are asking you to please help us. And if your child has their own device at home, their own laptop or Chromebook or even a tablet for that matter, please do send that to school. Your child will use it during the day, they will charge it during the day, and they will bring it home at night. So basically, it's a new day and laptops are going to be like books. They're just going to bring them back and forth to school every day. If your child does not have a device at home, like if they've been using the home computer, the desktop computer, then we will make sure that we check one out to them on Wednesday, the first day of school. So either way, on Wednesday, all 7th graders will each have a computer that will go back and forth between school every day. This is a huge change in our school. We are going to become a one-to-one school now because what happens is that teachers are teaching kids in their computers and the kids who come back at the same time. If you may have heard about other schools that are doing digital instruction only or face-to-face instruction only. A couple of schools are doing that, especially at the elementary level. The problem with that is if I have kids who are all digital, I have to take all my digital kids and move them to one teacher. That means I have to take that teacher's face-to-face kids and move them all to another teacher. When I take those face-to-face kids and I clump them all together, then I've got big classes. And the last thing that we need right now is to have classes of 20, 25, 30 kids because that is not safe. And so that's why in order to keep class sizes lower, I am going to have to ask teachers to teach the kids in the computer and the kids in the classroom at the same time. The only way to really make that work well is to have the kids in the classroom have a computer as well. It is very hard. The teachers are absolute miracle workers right now in 6th grade. They are figuring it out and they are making something really impossible work. So I'm very, very proud of them. And I just wanted you to understand the reason why we can't just split up digital and face-to-face. Although it would be easier for the teaching purposes, it makes safety a much bigger issue. And so I wanted you to understand why that decision was made. So having all kids with a device is going to be crucial, and we appreciate your assistance with sending those back to school with their chargers, and nobody else will use them but your kiddo. Headphones. Please send headphones with your kids because when there's a bunch of talking going on in the computer, it's a lot less distracting if they're all wearing their headphones to interact. It can get really, really loud when there are the home kids and the school kids all talking on Zoom at the same time. So please have kids bring headphones every day. And let me think of what else. Oh, transitions and lunchtime and breakfast time. We can't use the keypads anymore in the cafeteria because we can't have kids use their fingers. It gets too germy. So every student is going to wear a lanyard with a little plastic pocket with their ID card in there, and they're going to scan it with a little gun for breakfast and for lunch. And that same ID card, a duplicate of it, is what's going to be taped onto the top of their computer. The classrooms are all facing the same direction. For safety, kids will help us wipe down desks in between classes for safety. And when we go from room to room and to and from connections, we will go one class at a time so that we do not have crowds in the hallway. We're going to ask our kids to social distance. This has been the hardest part for our sixth graders, is trying to maintain that space while they're walking. In the classrooms, because we have so many kids, it's not possible to maintain 6 feet. So we are at about 3 feet right now in all rooms. And I just think it's important for you to know that we're doing our very, very best, but there's only so much we can do with our class sizes. I will tell you that 6th grade, even though it's strange and weird to see kids all covered up and to not be able to hug them and high five them, it has really, really gone well. It's not school like they remember. It's not school like you remember. We have to stay away. We can't get up close to help them with problems. We can't celebrate like we used to. I miss hugging kids more than anything in the world. But it's what we can do with what we've got right now. And I'm really proud of our teachers for making it work with 6th grade. I'm super excited to see your kids on Wednesday. School is more fun when little kiddos are walking around. And if you have any questions at all, or if there's anything that I can do for you to support you, please respond to this email, and I will be more than happy to help, or at least direct you to the right person. Thank you for your support and your patience. This will be messy. This will not be pretty the first few days, but we appreciate your patience and your grace as we figure it out. Thank you, and have a super great rest of your Sunday. Bye.